Hi, friends. Coming in clutch, right? Right. Oh, yeah. My timer was going tick, 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 and I was panicking. I forgot to fill the watercolor, new watercolor. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, where it's cold and icy. I see Nancy's here from cold and snowy Kansas. And hopefully we'll have a few more people join us. I know there's fires in parts of our country and snow and all kinds of stuff in other parts of our country. And I just hope everyone stays safe. So sorry for the late start today. I usually don't start this late, but I'm here and that's all that matters, right? Those of you on replay, you're good. You don't have to worry about it, right? So let me go through a couple of quick things. Yeah. One, I printed off the scrapbooking brochure. I better put my other camera on. Yeah. I tell ya. I need to take a breath, be calm, right? I have my husband and my son off the internet. I hope, if I turn off my Alexa next to me, it seems to help. All right. So, scrapbooking brochure. I got that printed today. I made a mistake. If you go and print the scrapbooking brochure because you like the catalog feel, tell it to flip the pages on the short side. I did not, so every other page in mine is upside down. But that's all right. For me, it's just, maybe I could look at it this way. Oh, I should have put it together this way. Look at all that prettiness. So, as soon as a few more things work out, I am going to have a little catalog, new product launch with samples and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'll go through that more then. I'm going to do that. I'm going to staple this differently. I know you didn't come here to see me staple and unstaple things. Not good for my nails. Another thing this take your pick tool maybe could be for staple removing. Anyway, I'm doing a paper share. If you are interested in doing a paper share with me, please, please, please sign up. You can go to craftwithcheryl.com and you can sign up there. And I am going to be giving everyone a sample of, if I can flip this a little bit better, this way. I'm not doing any of the two-tone cardstock. I don't own any yet, but I'm going to do a sample of the birthday paper, probably the one from the catalog. But if I get this, I'll give it to you. This is all the scrapbooking kits. Here's the storybook paper. You'll get a sample of this storybook paper. The B is this is the only place they're meant to be paper. You can't get this in the catalogs. It's only in the scrapbooking brochure. So I'm going to include that in my paper share. And this beautiful paper, Everyday You and Me, I'm going to include that in my paper share also, along with any of the new papers that came with or came in the online exclusive. So I'm going to do that. So paper share, go to craftwithcheryl.com and check out the paper share. You get 70 sheets of 6x6 paper, one of all the different ones, including a few of the specialty papers for $30, and that includes shipping. I'm also doing a share, ribbon and embellishment share. You can get in on. You can double the paper and get some Sale-a-bration samples. So yeah, so this catalog and Sale-a-bration for every $60, you get a free product, and $120 will also get you some special stuff. I will be using the heart-shaped bundle tonight, and this is $120. if you spend $120, you can earn this. The highlight just means I own it. That's how I keep track of everything. So, Stampin' Cross Country. I'm just going through the news right now. Stampin' Cross Country, today is the day to sign up. Otherwise, tomorrow the prices go up. So, $99 tonight if you need shipping. If you don't need shipping, it's $89 until midnight tonight. And you can go again to my new craftwithcheryl.com and you can sign up right then and there. Registration doesn't close until the 26th, but tonight is the last night to sign up for the early bird deal. Paper Pumpkin, you have till tomorrow to sign up for the Valentine's Day one. And online exclusives are available now also. Now, this one is pretty important because this is the one I am using tonight, that I am featuring for my class tonight. I'm also using that Sale-a-bration set that I just showed you also. So, mixed florals is what I am using. It's the mixed floral, mixed media floral sweet collection is what I have. And it is $128. So then you can get the, what is it? The heart-shaped dies and stamp set for free. See? Anyway, this is what I'm using tonight. Designer Series paper, you're going to see some. The low profile dots. You've seen those before. I used them on, I think, my project last week or the other night. Nope, I didn't. Anyway, it's got an embossing folder I'm not using tonight. And then this is an online exclusive, so it's not in a catalog. But you can go shop at, you guessed it, craftwithcheryl.com or craftwithcheryl.stampinup.net. Either one of those, any of those work. So these are the dies I frantically was running things through as the time was ticking by. These are some of the dies. And I went through and I just did a bunch. So that's good. Got all those done. I'm ready. I was just, I had a job that came up that took an hour and a half out of my afternoon. Hi, Anna. And thank you both for coming. Sorry, I'm got a late start. Hopefully you'll enjoy the projects. I don't have any fun folds tonight, but I have a couple things up my sleeve. So, like I said, we're using this. We're not using the embossing folder. It's kind of it's plaster painting, it says. That's the texture you'd get. I'm not using it tonight, but I could. It goes with this. There's so much with this. I might end up having to do another class with it. I snuck in a Sale-a-bration item just because. But, all right. Oh, take a deep breath and move forward. Okay. I'm starting simple. Simple. These are the two stamp sets. I fell in love with this one. And before we get started any further, let me show you the paper. This is, and I've chopped some of it up already. So this is some of the papers. And with a $40 order, I will send you the card kits to make these cards. You're going to need to have the stamp sets to complete it, though. I'm just going to send you the pieces to accomplish the task. So I love this paper. This, I don't know. This paper is not my favorite. But this one. I laugh because Sarah Douglas, the CEO of Stampin' Up, she loves the black and white papers. I think she can color them any way she wants. But I just chuckle because here she is, the CEO of this company that has all these beautiful colors. And her favorite's black and white. So then she can color it herself, I think. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So this is just 8.5 by 5.5. and I scored it at 4 1/4. This is my extra simple. You can do this in a hurry if you want to card. I trimmed this, or I cut this 1/8 of an inch shy. And I got a little frizz in my corner. Just a second. 1/8 of an inch shy. So that would mean it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I wanted it because I wanted a little bit of a border, but I wanted as much of this designer series paper as I could shine. It's just so gorgeous. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. Like I said, this is going to be one of those. You need a card. Oh my gosh, I forgot to make a card. I need to go get a card ASAP. And you run to your craft room, and 5 minutes later, you come out with this card that people are going to think you needed so much more time to pull off than your 5 minutes. There we have it. I'm sure I've got it a little off, but that's okay. All right, now those dies I was telling you about. All the yellows are, I just put them all on the tray and ran them through. So these are all of the dies that come with the mixed labels set. So there's a text set and a mixed floral set. Hi, Glenda. Oh, 5 inches of snow. Oh, wow. We're supposed to get it this weekend. So we had ice, freezing rain and ice yesterday. So, and snow. So it didn't accumulate because it all just melted and froze. It's pretty slick by our house. So anyway, the mixed labels. I love these. These sentiments are awesome. Your kindness made my day for a great friend. I'm so glad we're friends. Just a note to let you know you're on my mind with sympathy. You're pretty wonderful. Happy anniversary and thank you. So it's a very general set. And then it's got these beautiful dies. I did not poke all these little pieces out to make a little piece of mesh. Yeah. The clock was striking 7 and I was cranking the machine to get these out. And then just as I went to go live, I remembered I needed water to drink and for the watercolor pens. All right, one thing about these, you can stamp on this with the banner, which we'll do for one of them maybe. Or you can layer this behind here and create kind of a, I don't know, a layered look. Let's see here. Let's do these two. I don't know. You can just, do your thing. I don't know if these go on here. Maybe that would look good. If you want to stack some colors. Anyway, it's a fun new product. And we're going to make a label right now for this because my 5-minute card is taking me longer because I'm talking. This one I'm saving for later. So maybe we'll try that new mixed label. I did not put mine together. So are you one that puts your stickers on the back, or are you somebody who just does them without the stickers? We're going to try it. If it doesn't work, I don't know what we'll do. We'll try it again. This is one of those instances that probably would have been better to stamp and then put it on. But we'll try it. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Nancy always is so good about reminding everybody to give me thumbs ups and likes and shares and all the fun stuff. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. And gentlemen. I know I have a couple out there that are watching also. So we're going to try this once without. I'm lining it up from the side and the back. And it did not work. So on to plan B. Plan B is to take this ninth paper and ink it up again and run it through the machine together. Oh, I'm sorry, Glenda. I posted it on my that same post in Facebook. The Christmas tree. I'll have to. Oh, remind me at the end, and I will pull it up. But it's on that same post. I announced the winner, and I think in a couple different places. Yeah, I know it was. I think Santa's red truck. I don't know. That was a while ago, but yeah, I posted the winner that day. Sorry about that. Sorry for the confusion. So I need to run that through the machine, and then let's make sure that we can do this. So I might just for a great friend. For a great friend. There we go. I miss my. This isn't going to be very big though. We might go a different route. Oh, your kindness made my day. We might just set that aside and move on with something else. Your kindness made my day. It's hard not being able to see. I'm so glad we're friends. I'm so glad we're friends. We're going to go with I'm so glad we're friends. I do wish when Stampin' Up gave us this beautiful banner that they made more of the sentiments to fit in the beautiful banner. That's my thing for the day. My little spiel. All right. All right. I'm so glad we're friends. And it's upside down. Oh, I think I'm a little flustered from the preparation. It's weird not seeing. I'm one that puts it all together. All the stamps. All right. I'm so glad we're friends. I think we'll put it up here. We could have even stamped up there. And then there's this really pretty daffodil ribbon. It's out of stock right now, but it will be back in stock relatively quickly, I think. They knew it was going on low inventory early enough that I think they were able to kick it up a notch and get some ordered ASAP. All right, I am looking for my seal. Not my, my Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to put a layer on here. All right, and then I'm going to just go ahead and weave this pretty little ribbon. It's so narrow and pretty. If you attend Stampin' Cross Country, which I talked about a little earlier, you will hopefully get some of this to go with our projects. Tonight is the last night to sign up if you're interested in the early bird discount. Otherwise, you can sign up through the 26th at the regular price. And it's going to be fun, fun, fun. I hope this looks as good on the front as it does on the back. Oh, I think that's just fine. All right. Ribbon only. I always have my newest pair of snips as my ribbon only snips. So now I'm going to add some dimensionals. And like I said, this was supposed to be a 5-minute card, but I got off on a tangent a couple of times. So yeah. All right. I'm glad we're friends. So glad we're friends. Like I said, this one is so easy. If you sign up for the paper share, you can also have the opportunity to sign up for the embellishment and ribbon share, and you'll get a chunk of each ribbon, and you'll also get some of the trinkets. So this is the little bee trinkets. Let me see here. The easiest way to show you this. They're little metal bees. Oh, let me get it going the right direction. I don't know if the camera will focus. Anyway, they're cute little bees. And you can put them on with a drop of glue. Or I like to just take, not my scissors that I use for ribbon. I like to just take a pair of snips and cut the glue dot in half and add it, and it's about the same size. So we can add a bee there and add a bee here. Ooh. I should have take your pick tool out. Get that centered a little bit better. Ah, come on. And we'll do one more. Oh, the glue dot stuck to my snips. We'll do one down here by the flower. So really simple 5-minute card. It took me forever. Oh, I hope everyone has. Yes, for Stampin' Cross Country, I do too. Yeah. Marion seems to struggle sometimes with her internet, and I hope she has a solution this time that works best. I'm going to kick all my people off the internet, so I should be good, barring any major blizzards. Hopefully there won't be any blizzards that time of year, but you know, stranger things could happen. So there's my first card, my easiest card. And then we're going to move on to my second card. The second card is the one that I'm using a little bit of a Sale-a-bration. I'm using those hearts. All right. So this is some petal pink paper. And these are the hearts, heart-shaped, that you can get as a bundle for $120 purchase. See, they did it. They got some of their sentiments the same size as the die. But this is the show stealer or the showstopper right there. That die right there. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Oh, there it is. As soon as I moved it, the bone folder came out from hiding. And I think with these tall flowers, it just lends itself to go in a vertical position. This is some of the new ribbon I thought we might use on this one. And this is those low profile dots that we used on one of my projects. I don't know which one recently. So now we have a piece of black, and my black piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And we're going to add that layer. Then this is a layer from the Designer Series paper that goes with the mixed media. And we're going to lay this over here. I wanted a wider border here and then a narrow border here. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5 would be my guess. Yep. And then I took and I ran it through the machine. Now I played with this idea. So here's an idea for you. If you do this, I could have gone and just put that piece right back in. Isn't that kind of elegant and pretty? I thought so too. And then you'd have this one to do whatever you wanted with, and you can use the black and white side or the colorful side. So I chose not to go that route. So we're going to actually put this piece, it's a 3 by 3 piece, and then we're going to add this piece over the top. So, well, actually, you know what? This would be a good place to use that embossing folder. So maybe we will just do that. Haha! See, crafting with me. We're going to try that. I wasn't going to stamp on this anyway. So let's go ahead and get out our machine. And we will use that embossing folder. That will be so quick and easy. I lost it, but it's within arm's reach. Didn't even think of that when I was doing it earlier. When I was dry layering. This is the first one I did. First one I had the idea for. Look at that texture on that. It's pretty big, so hopefully it won't overwhelm my little piece of paper. I guess it doesn't have to be on there straight. It is a 3D embossing folder, so you do need that special plate with your one and your special plate. And remember, the spine of the embossing folder goes in first. And we just roll it on through. I have not used my mini machine for a while. What do you use? Do you usually use your mini or your big one, or do you have both? I am fortunate enough to have both. But like I just said, I usually only use, I've been using this one lately. And I don't know why. Can't get my other plate out of the drawer that I just put it into. All right. Put that in for safekeeping. And I usually don't close that up either. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Ooh, that's really pretty. Now we could take some petal pink ink. Just getting crafty all over the place here. And I do have my petal pink ink out. And we could just, oh, that's all right. We could take it over 5 spots. And do we like that? With this on top of it? No, it kind of loses it, doesn't it? And that's okay, because we have the other side that we can use. It amazes me how dark petal pink is when you use it as a solid. That is pretty, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to use it on here. Now, we're just going to add some drops of glue adhesive sheet would have been smart, but I didn't go that route. And that's okay. There's lots of little spots here that I can add a little dab of glue. All right. I love this. I've seen some cards that are made with 2 of these hearts. So like side by side for like a wedding or something. So let's go ahead and bring our pieces back in. And we're going to glue this one down. And get it down. And then this piece we're going to glue on. Now, the reason I cut it out of this piece is because all we're going to see is the outside edge. So I'm conserving paper because it's so pretty and I want to get as much as I can out of it. And I left a very narrow border on this one. I liked the way the black just kind of popped it. Made those colors just... And then we're going to add this one over the top. So it's covering the whole. Let's see here. I was thinking about using some of that ribbon. So we might tie some of the ribbon on before we get that far. Just run it across the bottom. I appreciate that they seal these so tight, but I wish they made it easier to get them off. I know there's probably an easier way. I just don't know it. There we go. Once it's off, we're good. All right, this ribbon is the Petal Pink scalloped ribbon. And it is so soft. It's like satin. So we might add this to the bottom there. I don't think we're going to tie a bow or anything. We're just going to add it to the bottom. So where are those scissors that I had a minute ago? All right. So on the back, you know what? I'm just going to use a glue dot. Because I have a half a glue dot here. I can use a half a glue dot here. And a whole glue dot here. Did I get it off? Oh. I do better if I just yank it off with my Make Your Pick tool. All right, one there, and then we're going to set one over on this side. In the middle. And there's a shiny side. Actually, they're both about the same. So I'm just going to lay this on here. Leave enough room on the edge to tuck it back. All right, and then I will pop this up with some, I thought I just had them out. I didn't. Nope. I did have them on my dimensionals. All right, I'm going to put one there to anchor my ribbon just a little bit more. That's that half a glue dot side. There. So do you have a favorite product in the new? The new products? Do you have any favorites yet? It does look orange. Like I said, I fell in love with this one right away. I fell in love with a lot. The box behind me tells you how much I fell in love with. That's pretty straight. So then I covered up the hole, so you can't tell where I cut that out of. And then I have this little piece that came in that set. And it comes actually in this set. The heart-shaped dies. And I'm going to do thank you. I think it'll fit. Yeah, when I measured it earlier, it fit. So I need that. And that ribbon looks like it needs a little bit more. We might add more to it. First time using that stamp, so I wanted to make sure. Photopolymer is what you make sure that it works with. Your red rubber usually stamps well right from the beginning. Different processes. All right, I'm going to put this on one end. Then I'm going to trim off this end. And I'm going to add it down here. Before I do that, I'm going to see if I like the old trick where you make it look like it was tied here, but it really wasn't. To add a little more texture. Ooh, I kind of do like that. There. There. I like that much better. And then I'm going to add some little glue dots to this one. Some minis. I always think this petal pink is so much lighter than it is. And there is a very pretty thank you card with the mixed florals paper and embossing folder and the Sale-a-bration heart-shaped. Now, we do have some of these low profiles, what they're called, because, and I think we need to let Stampin' Up know that we want more of these. There's hardly any. These can go through the postal system very easily without getting flagged or dinged. All right, we're going to use some of the petal pink ones. Got a bow over there. I might move that one. And oh, I think I'll put a small one again. Maybe up here. There. So you have that triangle. Anyway, there you have it. Card number 2. I like the font in that. Thank you. There we go. So we've got 2 cards. Now this next one's going to be a little more time consuming because I decided when I saw this image that I was going to watercolor. I have now watercolored for a while, and I know I didn't get all the colors I need out, but it'll be all right. So whenever you are stamping, I'm going to put my 2 cards together so I don't have to frantically look and see where they are. Whenever you are stamping and using blends, then you use the tuxedo black, the memento. It doesn't have to be black, but the tuxedo, because the alcohol markers don't bleed the water-based ink. But when you are using watercolor, you can't use a water-based ink because the black will smear. So we are putting that aside. And we have, and this is some of the ink I forgot to grab. I have 2 different StazOn. StazOn is a pigment ink, so water will not bleed it. So we have jet black and saddle brown. Stampin' Up sells these 2. And I think I'm going to go with the saddle brown. Now, the saddle brown can give you more of a no line look. Go big or go home, right? So that means I'm also using a piece of our fluid watercolor paper. It's thicker. It takes water better. I am not a watercolor expert. I'm sure there are people out there that can do far better and more stuff, everything with it. But I'm going to just go for it tonight. So this stamp is a significant size. It does not fit on this block at all. I mean, well, no, it just wouldn't. So you have to use a very large block with this stamp set. So Stampin' Cross Country people, if you are, never mind, this isn't the set. I don't know where I was going for a minute there. But anyway, Stampin' Cross Country people, make sure that you have the right size blocks for the dies that we're going to use and the stamps. So we're going to stamp this on here with our StazOn ink. And we're going to get started. Let's see here. Glenda likes the storybook bundle. Beatrix Potter. I totally agree. Totally agree. It does remind me of that also. I'm going to see if this make sure this has a little ink in it. Oh, it does. It's got ink, so we're good there. All right. I should have done a practice run with this one, but I did not. Like I said, I'm having some help with my on-stage reservation, and the gal called me today. And that's what, for motels and stuff. Because I'm going to do a little extra traveling while I'm over in North Carolina. And she called right when I was trying to get ready for all this stuff. And I was like, no, yeah, sure, I have time. So, all right, I think we're going to get this to work as I'm rocking and rolling. And as I said before, I am not a watercolor expert. I just enjoy it, and to me, that's all that matters. All right. Sometimes when I have these big stamps, I like to run my image over an edge. I know that's weird, but I want to make sure that the whole thing, this would have been perfect for the Stamparatus. I miss using my Stamparatus, but it's buried right now. You know what? We're just going to go with that. So there we have it. Not bad at all. I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to go with our colors. Like I said, I know I didn't grab all the right colors, but we're going to use some boho blue. And if I were doing it on the glass mat, I could just put some drops on the glass mat, but my feed does seem to be better when I don't. So I'm just gathering some ink on a block. And then I'm going to take our watercolor, our water painters come in a set of 3. I'm going to set these aside for a second. There is a fine tip brush. There is a medium tip brush. And there is a wide tip brush. That's really wide. I don't know that I'll use this tonight. Sometimes they say to put water over the whole paper, but I am not going to do that. Venice? Hello from Florida. All right. So I'm going to set that one aside. You can also fill these with alcohol if you want your ink to dry faster. When you get these, it's like they were made in a backwards factory. You have to unscrew them the opposite way that we would normally. Normally it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Well, I don't know if they thought we were going to go righty-tighty this way, but then all the water would run out. So don't force it. Try the other way, the other direction. So we're going to add a little water to this block that I put some boho blue on. And I wanted to do this first because I wanted to remember that I was doing boho blue flowers because that's the paper that I have. And I got a lot of water on these. That's all. That's the paper that I have cut for a base for it. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in and put this in there. If I pick up a real watery spot, I get really light flowers. Maybe I'll put this on a piece of paper so you can see it actually. See, so I added water in the middle. And then I can also go to the edge to get a darker color. And I can take it back in. And it's just like coloring, but with our inks, Stampin' Up's inks, and a water pen. These make great envelope sealers too. I use them at Christmas time for my Christmas cards. And graduation announcements, wedding announcements. Then you don't have to lick all those things. You just use the water painter. This one looks like it needs a little TLC. Now these ones up here, I got way too much water on. So they kind of smeared, which is the whole look of watercolor. So just think of Bob Ross right now. He's just painting away and you get to just watch away for a minute. This won't take very long, actually. This goes faster than coloring it all with markers, I think. So I know I forgot to get my green down. But I wanted boho blue little flowers so it matches with my background paper. All right, I'm going to set that aside. And to clean these off, just grab a paper towel and just drip some water out and you're ready to go to the next color. Okay, let me grab my paper. I need to know what color green. Mossy Meadow, Granny Apple, Mossy Meadow and Granny Apple. I think I'm gonna go with Granny Apple. Use my reach. You love to watercolor, Anna? Yes. Oh, yes, the water brushes are the way to go for, I have old ones that I've used forever. So there's my green palette. And I'm making it all. I've got a lot to do. And because I'm using the water color paper, I think it's called Fluid in Stampin' Up! World. Fluid watercolor paper. It just grabs onto this water. Now we have watercolor pencils also, which I could have used also, but every once in a while, I just like to pretend like I am a watercolor artist. Notice I said pretend. I am not. I am more of a crafter than an artist, and I know artists are. I know crafters are artists, but if you gave me a canvas, yeah, my picture would not end up looking like this. I hear one of the cats outside. We've had a sick little one that I've been doctoring. I had her in the house for a while. And we don't have house cats. All right. Might have to get another palette of green out. And this kind of smudged up here, but I don't think it's going to matter once I get color on it with the watercolors. Also known as Stampin' Up! Ink. Let's see how the brown, the subtle brown, is not bleeding at all because we used a pigment-based ink and not a water-based ink like the colors are. So this card's going to be very simple also. It's just going to be watercolored. So whoever gets this one will have a hand-painted card. All right. Anyone doing anything fun for the weekend? We're expecting a blizzard. So I don't know how far I'm going to go. Deb asked if you can get the envelope too wet. Yes, you can. So you have to be very careful. And just, practice just a little bit. I can show you in just a minute. I usually just take a swipe at it. I don't paint all the adhesive. I just take a swipe at it. All right, I'm almost done with my first layer of green. Granny apple green, that is. Oh, I know what else I get to do this week. Hopefully tomorrow night, I'm going to go see Wicked. I have not seen Wicked. It's coming to our little theater in town. And I saw the play in London, so I'm hoping that it doesn't stray too far from the storyline that I already know. I'm just getting some of this unders, a little bit of darker, and all it is the ink that's not as diluted. I am one that likes to use the thinner brushes on things, except for my blends. I like the brush tip. I like the brush tip and edges. So I'm gonna need more ink or call it quits. I don't know which. Oh, I got a smudge. So go in and smudge it around a little bit more. All right. I only have the flowers left. Now I might actually put one drop of water on there and smudge that out. I don't like it to have too defined, I guess. So yeah, if you don't like the way it looks, you just go in and add just a little more water, a little more color, play around with it. And you know what? I think I did get all the colors I needed out, because the other one I was going to use is Calypso Coral. And grab some of that. And I just stuck my thumb in it. No one should be surprised that I stuck my thumb in it. So if you have the glass mat, you can just drop these on your mat and your inks on your mat and use that as your acrylic block. But I have mine covered because it doesn't. It requires more internet bandwidth to get all that checkered and light. So the black seems to work better. So I'm going to go in on some of the darker surfaces before I add a lot of water and just kind of give it some definition. Do the shadowy areas for my stars of the show tulips. And it's just like the blending brushes, just Stampin' Up's done some of the work for you by giving you the areas to color in just a little bit darker. Any place where you think it might be a shadow. Now I'm going to add a little more water and go in again and just fill it in. And like the blends, it'll kind of blend with the dark part that I already put there and make it all look pretty. I don't know if I'm quite ready for spring, but I like tulips and I will be ready for spring soon. I have a couple funerals to go to, family and friends, actually. Yeah, it's been a rough week. I've lost 3 of the people that I knew and admired. So I don't know what next week's going to look like, but I will have something, even if I can't be here, I will have something recorded or ready to go for you. I'm not sure when the funerals will be, or if I'll even get a chance to go to all of them because of the weather and roads and everything. So if I'm not here and you think it's a recording, it just might be. Now, I'll tell you if it's a recording. But there's so much new product out that I don't want to not do something for you. because like the Sale-a-bration stuff, that only lasts until the end of February. So as soon as that is gone, we can't really show you too much of that anymore. There's my watercolor picture. Ta-da! Now that I've got it done, I might go back in with a little bit of my green. A couple of these little edges look like they need it. It's one of those things that you could just keep going on and on and on and on. At some point, you have to tell yourself, enough is enough, and it is finished. But yeah, 3 colors of ink, and you get that much definition, and not too bad. Like I said, I like to watercolor because it makes me look like I know what I'm doing with Stampin' Up! Products. All right, so now I could take one more step and, oops, sorry. I could make it bleed and pucker just a little bit more. So this is just a water spritzer. Give it a little more texture. Make it bleed just a little bit. I'm going to set that aside for it to dry a minute. And we'll work on some of the rest of the card. Like I said, I have boho blue as my background. That's why I needed to make sure the blue that I picked for the flowers was boho blue. I'm sure others would have matched also, but all right. And this is a piece of the mixed melody, no, the mixed media, yeah, the bundle I'm featuring. Mixed Media Florals Sweet Collection. All right. This piece, I should have told you before. It is, 4 by 5 1/4. Just the standard. I got this puckering. Now, when it starts to bow like that, if you don't want it to, you can lay something on it. It doesn't dry quite as fast, and we're going to put some adhesive on it anyway. So we're going to add this to this. That paper doesn't match quite like I thought it was going to, but we're going to let it be. All right, I don't think it's dry. I think it's dry back here. So go ahead and put some big dimensionals. And because it's got that bend to it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple more dimensionals than I normally would. I want it to lay flat-ish. Oh, I was going to rough this up. Maybe I don't want to do this. I probably went a little too fast. I thought about taking my scissors. If you were a good pair of decent scissors, where would you have run off to? I'm not using my good scissors. Oh, there they are. They're hiding back there. So you can take this and stretch your edges a little so it doesn't look so prim and proper. And yes, I should have done this before I put the dimensionals on the back, but no harm. So it just takes that crisp edge and just gives it a little texture. I could have torn this too. That would have done it. Give it some water to pucker it. Give it a little dimension that way. Just kind of roughs up your edges. You know, adds a little something, something to it. All right, so we have that. That's going to sit there. I was going to grab some twine. I don't know if that glue is going to work. That's going to go though. And I'll get it between those. And wrap it around a couple of times. All right. I like to go under the bundle of that twine before that way it kind of pulls together there. I hope I gave myself enough twine. I'm not going to have a big bow, but that's okay. I want the tulips to be the main attraction. And then you can kind of spread these out a little bit. I was going to use the blue banner, but I don't know that I'm going to now. I might just let it go. Or let's see here. We can take this one off. And we have For a Great Friend. Would that work over here? I'd hate to ruin it, right? That's probably not my best choice to do. I haven't been very lucky tonight. So we just might have a sentiment on this front part. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this on before I try anything else. Thank you for crafting with me. I do like doing it, Glenda. Glenda says my watercolor is pretty. I think, and she thinks I like doing it. I do like doing it. Like I said, I feel just like a little bit of an artist. Even though I know I'm not a lot of an artist. So there's that. I think we are going to put a sentiment on, but I think I'm going to try. Oh, I could have done that. I had the blue one, but I don't think that's going to work. That's too big. So let's go in and how about this one? We could put this one down here. Could always twist this a little bit. That's what I like. And you leave them so they can be mobile. All right, so what can we put on there? For a Great Friend. I still like that For a Great Friend. And it could fit. I knew I was going to use For a Great Friend sooner or later, right? All right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use it with the StazOn. Now, the StazOn, you have to use special solvent to get it off, and they recommend you take it off your stamps ASAP. So I will be washing mine right after I'm finished here. Please be straight. Not really. All right, so we're going to flip it over. Ha-ha! Second time's a charm. It worked. And I chose to use the brown because it's the same color as the ink that I used on the tulips. So we'll add more dimensionals. I go through more dimensionals. How about you? Do you go through a lot of dimensionals? All right. Now remember, with a $40 order, I will send you all the pieces and parts to make these cards. For example, on this one, I would send you the dye, the twine, and the paper. And on, oh my God, I'm kind of wonky now. All right. Stop playing with it, Cheryl. I don't know if I'm going to put any bling on this one. I think watercolor doesn't need as many blings. This one, you would get the ribbon and the embellishment and the bees and the paper. And on this one, you would get the paper and the ribbon and the embellishments. And I can die cut for you. I cannot stamp. So those are my 3 cards from class tonight. Like I said, so much more you can do with this bundle or this collection. So you never know, if I run out of ideas on something else, maybe I'll bring this one back again. But that is my class tonight. And my watercoloring took me a little bit longer, but there you go. Stampin' Cross Country, register tonight if you want the early bird discount. And all these things you can find at my new website or my new link, which is craftwithcheryl.com. And I'm still working on trying to get it fixed everywhere. So if you find a place that I have something amiss, please send me a message and I can try to fix it. Tell me where it is that I missed something. Anna says thank you, and well, I'm glad I got to share my talents with you. Good night, everyone. And oh, thank you for sharing my video. I really appreciate all the shares, likes, comments, everything. I appreciate you for stopping by and crafting with me. Have a great night and a great weekend. Stay warm. Bye-bye. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to show you who won the contest. I was going to look it up for you. Let me get there. I'm not going to share my screen because it might take me a minute. And let's see here. I think it was the Christmas tree. Who stole the Christmas tree? More comments. Let's see here. Where is it? Well, no wonder you guys couldn't find it. I can't find it either. Here, I'm going to share my screen so you can see that I'm actually frantically trying to find this. All right, here we go. We're on Facebook. We're at this. This is what they're talking about, is who stole the tree. All comments. View more comments. Five replies. Well, what happened? I know I did a crappy job of this. No wonder you're curious. I know I went in and did. Wow. Okay. Well, I am sorry. This is hard to find. Here we go. Kendra had all 3 correct, and I thought I made a big announcement about it, but I didn't. So Kendra had Buddy, Cindy Lou's, and Buddy stole it, and Cindy Lou, it was from Cindy Lou's, and it was in the red truck with the red truck. So I should have made a bigger announcement than that, and I apologize. I thought I had a graphic or something and made an announcement, but wow, I dropped the ball on that one, and I apologize. Yeah, it was done for me, and so I forgot about it. I'm very sorry, very, very sorry. I I will get back here and stop sharing. And if you're still with me, thanks for sticking around, and I will keep in touch with my next events. I know I'll do mystery stamping and a class next week, but there might be some more, and some of them might be recorded because of funerals. So anyway, have a great weekend. Thank you.